I want to get back to WBZ's Jon Keller, who is in Washington, D.C. right now, has been watching this today. John, even the tweet the president just put out seems relatively tepid given the tenor of what happened today. Your thoughts?
To say the least. Remember this day forever, he says in the tweet, as if it's some great patriotic moment, maybe like VJ Day or 9/11. Except this time, the terrorists were his supporters storming the U.S. Capitol, and you can imagine what might have happened if security were any more lax than it already was. Look, what happened today, Lisa and David, pretty clearly was a Donald J. Trump production. Produced, written, and directed by. Think back to the first presidential debate with Joe Biden when he was asked what he would say to the Proud Boys, a white supremacist hate group that has been evident in recent pro-Trump protests in Washington, and they were out there again today. Remember? Stand back and stand by. Well, now we know what they were being told to stand by for. And a Trump tweet, I think as recently as a couple of weeks ago, suggested to all his supporters to be there on January 6th. It'll be wild, quote unquote. Well, you know, he's right. Yes, this is what you get when you whip up people over a long period of time, climaxing with a completely false, discredited narrative about having something stolen from them, and then you urge them to, go take their vengeance, go get it back. I think that there's a Pulitzer Prize waiting for the photographer, I believe from Reuters, who took the picture of the day inside the Capitol building this afternoon of a Trump supporter carrying a Confederate flag. And as we all know, the Confederate flag is a symbol of one of the most traitorous acts of sedition in the history of our country. So there you have it. It was a totally predictable climax to the whole Trump saga, and one can only hope that now maybe there's a little broader understanding of where all of his histrionics and his theatrics and his bizarre, twisted ideology can and does ultimately lead.
John, you mentioned how, it had been promoted as an event that was going to be, quote, wild. I think everyone knew that the possibility loomed on this day that things might get slightly out of hand, especially with the historic nature of what was happening inside the building at the time and the just tenor of the country, the way it stands right now. It is mind-boggling to me, and I'm sure many people out there. We actually heard from Congresswoman Catherine Clark, who said that there needs to be accountability for the Capitol Police and the way things were handled today. Mind-boggling to me that these folks were able to gain entry into that building.
They broke into the Senate chamber. They broke into Nancy Pelosi's office and vandalized it. They stole things from inside the Senate chamber. And a pipe bomb was reportedly found and defused inside the building. I mean, this is terrorism, straight up, designed to intimidate and terrorize. It's the very definition of terrorism. And David, you raise a very important point. Look, the Capitol Police, for the most part, work hard, do a good job. I'm sure they don't have the resources they'd like to have. But this was a total failure of planning and security on a day when you knew you needed it. There was nothing surprising about what happened today. If you see anyone claiming that, well, it came as a surprise that there were so many Trump supporters or that they were so bent on violence. But it wasn't a surprise. It was all over the internet. There were numerous articles and reports about what was being said. Police agencies had raised alarms about all the focus on bringing in weapons. And keep in mind, in both mid-November and in mid-December, there were pro-Trump protests that involved violence, gun possession, which is completely illegal, under these circumstances here in the District of Columbia. And there were also police officers injured in those incidents, as there were today. So, no, it was completely predictable what happened here. Why it wasn't properly planned for is a major question that's going to have to be investigated and exposed. And, you know, it's just a very tough situation. I heard Ed Davis, our security analyst, talking earlier, speculating earlier about, well, perhaps we've seen in other jurisdictions where left-wing agitators infiltrate a protest. We've seen that right-wing advocates infiltrating Black Lives Matter protests and that kind of thing. I want to know what the truth is. But certainly law enforcement has a lot to answer for about what happened today, as does the president.
Question for you, John. You mentioned a second ago that as of today, we have a broader understanding of the president's ideology. Do you sense that this was a tipping point and that the rancor of the last 4 years may break for a calmer time going forward as we step back from this? Or is that just wishful thinking?
Well, I don't know, Lisa. If you think back, the fever, if you will, certainly sustained damage in the 2018 midterm elections where the Republicans lost control of the House. It was damaged on Election Day when Trump lost rather comfortably. And certainly yesterday in Georgia was just an unprecedented situation, shifting control of the Senate now over to the Democrats. So I think there have been multiple tipping points all along the way, but now we're approaching sort of uncharted territory where Donald Trump will be leaving office. He has signaled he intends to continue for whatever purposes, whether it's just the grift of raking in donations from gullible supporters or trying to wield serious political power. And I think the question, it's a tipping point in terms of the question now being before Republicans. Well, you've been, at least by your own accounts, in many cases, sort of trapped into this Trump miasma for the last 4 years. You had nowhere else to go. His support was so strong among Republicans. You couldn't get anything done if you didn't play ball with him. Okay, but now that's ending and we're entering a new phase. The media has to decide how, serious media has to decide how much it's going to continue to cover what Donald Trump says and does. But more importantly, when you talk about the fever breaking and us moving past all this rancor, Republicans have to decide, just as, you know, Democrats themselves,
Let them know okay. Hey, Jamie?
excuse me, have to decide what relationship they want to have with the extremes in their universe. You know, Republicans have to make a call here. And a universe that's capable of something like this or not.
Jon Keller, live in Washington, D.C., as we look at live pictures of SWAT.